It's really, think of this. People don't just work with you because of your service, but they work with you because of kind of who you are.
So what would you say, do you think it's getting for entrepreneurs now going a little bit away from, the side hustle, but like someone who's actually trying to start a business? Do you think it's more competitive today? I know like the entrepreneur space is kind of getting saturated.
Mhm.
And what would be your advice for anyone who's trying to start their own business?
Yeah. So I actually believe that there is zero competition. Zero competition.
Interesting.
I don't even believe in the word competition. Nobody can compete with you, Adam. Nobody can compete with you. You are you. You have your own gifts, your own talents, your own knowledge, experience. So people that work with you, they will work with you. So the competition mentality is like I had that. So I before I really got out there, I was afraid. I was working with Ty Lopez. I was working with these big names, but nobody knew who I was because I was like behind the scene just with my computer because I was afraid if somebody knew what I knew, then they could take my clients or they could become competition. But I realized like when I get out there, the people that I work with, it's very relationship based. There may be people that can do what I do, but when you put relationships before revenue, then it's kind of like, hey, I've got a relationship. People want to work with me because, man, because I got an awesome bow tie, and but
100%.
it's really, think of this. People don't just work with you because of your service, but they work with you because of kind of who you are and your personality and all of that. So remove competition mentality and then look at it this way: is there is so many opportunities to work with people. I wish if I could go back in time, I hid behind the scene. I didn't go out. People didn't know who I was. I was working with some of the biggest companies in the world and I told nobody. It was just like, yeah, don't. But because I was concerned, afraid, or whatever it might be. But when you get out there as an entrepreneur, you go to conferences, you learn, you build relationships with people. You can't put a price tag on that. And that's one of the fastest ways to grow as an individual and as an entrepreneur in particular is when you network, you go to conferences, you go to events, you build relationships with other entrepreneurs. You don't see them as competition, but you see
100%.
them as an opportunity for collaboration. I always tell people collaboration versus competition. So
It's exactly what I tell my students all the time when they're competing against each other, feel like they need to. Actually
yeah,
collaborating, everyone rises to the top together for the
absolutely.
most
Yeah, it's
part.
so much funner that way too. Yeah.
Completely agree. And I like your mindset of it's a more of an abundance mindset versus scarcity. I think that I do agree. There really doesn't need to be that uh, need for feeling like you have to outdo your competitors because there's so much opportunity out there. And honestly, good karma will come back to you. There will be times where I'll even shout out my competitors if I think that
Yeah.
they can help a student in a way that, let's say, I can, or if they have
So
something that I think is valuable.
so wise to do. It's like if I'm interviewing someone for a coaching call or something like that, a client, and I think, you know what, this person, this friend of mine is better at that. They have more experience. I'll say, hey, I'm going to do you a favor and me a favor. And I'm going to tell you, talk to this guy. So many times, and it's a dangerous thing is you try to work with people just because there's money opportunity, but you have to look like, can I really help them? And if you can really help them, then say yes. But if you can't, do them a favor and you a favor and send them to somebody else.